Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, are frequently mentioned in Young and the Restless spoilers. When Summer Newman, Hunter King, returns with information about her adversary, she will rush to him once more. Will this May-December couple on the CBS soap series transition from comfort to romance? According to Y&R teasers, Jack Abbott has been a fan of Sally Spectra ever since she moved to Genoa City. Recall that he contacted her during Christmas when she was alone in a different location. Sally enthusiastically accepted the invitation, and she and Jack enjoyed a pleasant evening together. In addition, Jack was attempting to defuse the conflict between Summer and Kyle Abbott, played by Michael Mealer, on Young and the Restless. Jack Abbott may be attracted to Sally Spectra for a reason. Recall that he prefers fiery red-haired women. Positively, though, it is improbable that Sally would end up with Jack's brother, Billy Boy, or Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. Jack Abbott will soon have further justifications for defending Sally Spectra against her critics. Additionally, he puts himself in her line of fire on Young and the Restless. According to Young and the Restless rumors, Sally Spectra will be quite anxious when Summer returns from Los Angeles the next week. She hears Jack Abbott conversing with his ex-daughter-in-law while she is hiding outside the J-Bot boardroom. In many ways, Summer claims her journey was eye-opening. Last week on Young and the Restless, Summer gave Sally a scare by posting a selfie with Flo Fulton, Katrina Bowden. The following week, Summer seeks advice from Michelle Stafford's character, Phyllis Summers, on how to handle her enemy. Phyllis then pulls out her arsenal of plans. However, according to Young and the Restless spoilers, Jack will not be pleased if Summer behaves inappropriately. He doesn't sit by and watch bullies get away with it. Additionally, Jack Abbott is prone to assume the worst, and he repeats this when Sally Spectra is worried about Y&R in the near future. Sally Spectra was already on the verge of telling Jack Abbott about her nefarious previous actions. She has alluded to leaving Los Angeles under dubious circumstances. As a result, Jack may not be very surprised to learn what Sally did. You can bet, though, that Summer hopes to lose her job as a result of disclosing the information. However, spoilers for Young and the Restless reveal that Tracy E. Bregman's character, Lauren Fenmore, has made many mistakes and genuinely likes Sally. Furthermore, her employment should be secure if Jack stands up for her. See next week's I&R spoilers as Sally seeks consolation and guidance from the Silver Fox. According to teasers for Young and the Restless, he will give it a try. This could go either way for the CBS soap opera. First, because of their age gap, Jack can serve as a mentor or surrogate father. Alternatively, Y&R might pair them up romantically. Recall that spoilers said Jack Abbott might find love again. Since they are a suitable age match, there were whispers that Christian Alfonso, formerly Hope Brady, Days of Our Lives, may be joining Young and the Restless for Jack. However, she is not working on the CBS set. Instead, she is out filming Lifetime and Hallmark movies. Thus, see whether Jack Abbott and Sally Spectra have a love relationship shortly after he acts the hero and stands up for her on Y&R. There is enough drama, passion, and tension in Genoa City to light up the Abbott mansion. According to the most recent spoilers for Young and the Restless, a strange alliance is emerging, which is rekindling rumors of forbidden romance. Once more, Jack Abbott finds himself torn between his developing affection for Sally Spectra and his duty to his family. The stakes feel different this time, though. Fans can't help but wonder whether Jack's protective tendencies are triggered by Summer Newman's hawk-like behavior and Sally's valiant attempts to show that she has changed. Following months of grief, heartache, and career setbacks, Sally Spectra has been working to put her life back together. Even her sharpest critics have softened as a result of Sally's emotional journey, which has included everything from the highs of being a fashion queen to the heartbreaking lows of losing her baby and Adam's love. However, Summer, who has never fully forgiven Sally for her machinations and her convoluted romantic past with the Newman brothers, has expressed misgivings about her desire to continue working closely with Nick and Adam Newman. Sally maintains, however, that she is a different woman now, more self-aware, grounded, and driven to achieve on her own terms. Jack Abbott himself has taken an unexpected interest in her interior design business, which she has dedicated all of her energies to. Jack, who has a reputation for giving people second chances, and thirds and fourths, has been discreetly observing Sally's development. He offered to work with Jobot on a future design project when the chance presented itself, of course in a professional capacity. However, it's possible that this seemingly innocuous commercial relationship has reopened emotional doors that both parties believe had been closed. Never one to forget a slight, Summer Newman is shocked to see that Sally has returned to Jack's sphere of influence. Is the lady who almost ruined her relationship with Kyle now befriending her boss and grandfather figure? Not acceptable. When Summer sees Sally and Jack laughing together at society, her rage explodes. Summer interprets their conversation differently, even though it is solely business and involves talking about design trends and the remodeling of Jobot's corporate offices. She interprets it as Sally's attempt to win back the Abbott family's favor. Later, Summer yells in a venomous tone to Kyle, "Some people just can't stay away from the Abbotts. You first, then Jack." She seems to be dependent on the family name. Kyle tries to reassure her that Jack is capable of taking care of himself. Summer's protective tendencies, however, go beyond familial pride. She secretly fears that Jack, who has always been a romantic idealist, could fall prey to Sally once more. Jack is not happy when he learns of Summer's outburst. The Abbott patriarch, who has always supported giving everyone an equal chance, is annoyed by his granddaughter's unyielding denial that people can change. Jack confronts Summer in his office in a sequence that many are already describing as one of the most poignant of the season. His voice, which bears the weight of years of experience and failure, is composed but forceful. He responds, "Summer, I can appreciate your worries, but Sally has put a lot of effort into starting over. I refuse to allow anyone, even my own relatives, to put her down for attempting to achieve more. Summer looks great. You're standing up for her, following all that she did to us?" Jack's response is straightforward yet brutally candid. "I stand up for justice. Summer, I've made mistakes too. Everybody has. Perhaps it's time to recognize people for who they are attempting to be rather than defining them by who they were." Silence descends on the room. After Summer leaves abruptly, Jack is left to consider what he said and the emotions he could have unintentionally spoken. Later that day, Sally finds out about Jack's support from an unexpected source. Kyle, who acknowledges that Jack had her back, in spite of his mother-in-law's natural tendency to defend Summer. Sally is initially taken aback. She wouldn't blame Jack for wanting to remain impartial, thus he has no incentive to defend her. However, the notion that he might confront Summer on her behalf deeply affects her. At Crimson Lights, she later locates Jack. At first, their exchange is awkward as Sally tries to express her gratitude to him without letting her feelings show. She whispers, "You didn't have to do that. I'm accustomed to having my doubts. I don't require defense." Jack gives her that soft paternal grin that always takes the edge off her. "Sally, you might not need it, but occasionally, it's comforting to know that someone thinks you deserve it." The air between them changes for a second. That old spark flickers once more. Intimate, but not romantic, in a way that almost seems hazardous. The connection that Jack and Sally once had, that flurry of flirtation, respect, and a hint of mayhem, is remembered by fans of The Young and the Restless. There has always been unresolved business between them, even though their relationship ended when Sally's lies were exposed. That history hangs heavy now. Jack is emotionally susceptible because of his recent sadness over Diane's manipulations, and his weariness from constant family strife. Meanwhile, Sally longs for kindness and security, two things that Jack has always provided in spades. It is understandable why there is a lot of conjecture in Genoa City about these two maybe reconciling. When Phyllis, who has always been a gossip magnet, learns of it, she doesn't waste any time in stirring things up. Phyllis teases Lauren over drinks, saying, "Jack is playing with fire." You'd think he'd realize by now that drama is always brought by redheads with big dreams. Though the joke has a hint of irony, Lauren laughs. Because, as history demonstrates, things quickly become complicated when Jack Abbott's heart is involved. Summer isn't going to back down. If anything, her resolve to reveal what she perceives to be Sally's next game is strengthened by Jack's protection of her. There are rumors that she may investigate Sally's business activities in an attempt to find a weakness that she may use as proof that Sally is deceiving everyone once more. However, this fixation could backfire. Kyle cautions Summer that her grudge may cost her more than she thinks since he is tired of the ongoing conflict. He warns her, "You're so focused on proving Sally is a threat that you're turning into one yourself." Jack is stuck in the midst though. His efforts to maintain harmony between Sally and his granddaughter only serve to further entangle him emotionally. He finds himself caring more and more as he works to keep Sally safe, not just out of sympathy, but also because he genuinely admires how far she has gone. Sally visits the Abbott estate late at night to deliver design concepts for the J-Bot offices in a silent scenario. Jack offers her a drink in his customary considerate manner. Small discussion quickly develops into something more profound. Sally talks candidly about her hardships, including losing her child, feeling alienated, and attempting to regain her self-esteem in a community that never fully forgives her. With empathetic eyes, Jack listens. At last, he replies, "You remind me of someone I used to know. Someone who persisted despite numerous people telling her she couldn't succeed. Sally, that kind of strength is uncommon." Through her tears, she smiles. "You always saw qualities in me that I was unable to see in myself." There's a long silence. Unspoken emotion is pervasive in the atmosphere. The link is evident even though neither gets closer. Rekindled romances are a popular theme on The Young and the Restless, particularly when they put Genoa City's social cohesion to the test. A slow-burning romance based on respect and shared redemption may easily develop from Jack and Sally's rekindled intimacy. Their bond will undoubtedly cause a stir in the Abbott and Noonan circles, regardless of whether it develops into a love relationship or stays a close friendship. It's about finding brightness after tragedy for Jack. For Sally, it's about being recognized as a woman worthy of love and forgiveness, not then as a scheming or survivor. What about Summer? It is the start of a storm that she never anticipated. This plotline, in typical Young and the Restless manner, combines forbidden love, forgiveness, and redemption in ways that only Genoa City can manage. On the surface, Jack Abbott's choice to defend Sally Spectra might not seem like much, but in the realm of intense feelings and enduring memories, it is significant. There is more to their bond than nostalgia. Despite the world's suggestions that they shouldn't, it is a mirror of two people who have tripped, lost, and dared to rise again, together by side. Fans are preparing for the fallout from Summer's rage, the Abbotts' disapproval, and possibly even from their own hearts as Jack and Sally's love grows stronger. Because devotion isn't always the only reason to defend someone in Genoa City. It's about love that never goes away.